I'm Eric Sandoval. Those stories are straight ahead.
Hi everyone, I'm Christine Van Blocken, live in Palm Springs. Wondering what all that noise is around town tonight? Well, it's the Battle of the Bands. We'll have the first night of the competition coming up in a live report. Your news starts now.
Well, a fierce battle is being waged in Palm Springs tonight.
Yeah, it's the battle between the bands. Eye on the Desert's Christine Van Blocken's caught right in the middle of all of it. She's at Buckets tonight in Palm Springs where all the action is. Christine, you're dodging bullets. What's going on?
No. It's a battle of a good kind, a very, very good kind. In fact, the first round of the battle has just begun tonight. The Battle of the Bands, which you just announced there, Erica, perfectly, I might add. All the brainchild of these two lovely people. This is Laura and Dwight from M99.5, the Desert's new alternative. There we go.
You got
Such a great idea. Now, Dwight, I know, has done this several times in San Diego and Riverside, but the two of you together for the past year have had this brilliant idea, and I'm going to give her credit. Talk about the idea you guys had.
We tried pitching this idea to another radio station that we had worked at in the past, and the idea was not well received. So we pitched the idea over to M99.5, to Maureen, and to her husband, and to Thomas Mitchell.
They said it's such a great idea.
And they were so receptive and so into supporting local music that we were really able to do something great with it and start the Sunday night music meeting.
That's right, and actually the first battle began tonight. In fact, here's some video of one of the bands that we saw a little bit earlier. 4 bands competed tonight. Which band are we looking at right now, Dwight?
That's Takeout.
That's Takeout, and they're very nice too. They offered me a free T-shirt. Hey, I like that. Now, explain how the whole process works. There's 4 bands tonight, and then what?
Well, it's a head-to-head competition. The bands compete against each other, and the crowd actually votes for them each time. So you have 2 bands 4 times going through this weekend, the semifinals for 4 bands next Friday, and it whittles down to 2 bands that'll be in the finals on the 28th, and that's where you have a panel of industry professionals that'll be judging who the best band is.
So it's not just for fun. They're actually getting something out of this. In fact, let's take a look at the bands that are performing right now tonight and the ones that are performing tomorrow. Now, I told you guys before, we met Eben Barnett on Eye in the Desert before, but besides that, some of these names are not real familiar to me. Is there one way to kind of describe the sound?
These are all really different bands. Some have a little bit more of a punk sound. Some of them are a little bit more hard rocking. So they all have a different sound, very unique, but they definitely fit the format for the Desert's rock alternative.
Excellent. Thank you both. And Dwight and Laura are going to enjoy the little Jello shot here because it's just that kind of battle. And you got to come on out. There's already been 200 people here tonight. It goes on tomorrow, also next Friday, and next Saturday for the big finals. And as they mentioned, big stuff should be happening out of this. Back to you guys.
Okay, this sounds like American Idol. Is there a Simon that they have to contend with?
There's no Simon Cowell. That's for sure.
Good. All right, Christine, thank you so much.
See you guys.
Well, a battle of a completely different kind is being waged in Palm Springs tonight.
And it's a battle between bands. Indeed it is.
Fun times. Eye in the Desert's Christine Van Blocken is, of course, at Buckets in Palm Springs where all the action is tonight. Hi there, Christine.
What? I'm just kidding. I can hear you just fine. I swear. Battle of the Bands, night 2, and it is loud and wild and wacky. Last night here, there's at least 200 people. I'd say there's probably even more. Tonight's event, I want to mention right off the bat, goes on until at least the next hour and a half, so get on down here tonight. But in the meantime, let's talk about the competition itself. Now, last night, if you're with us for the 11 o'clock news, as I hope you were, you met Laura and Dwight of M99.5, the Desert's rock alternative. Who were the bands that we had last night? We had 4, and actually there's 2 that made it to this round. Who's one of the bands?
One of the bands is a great band called Troubled Minority.
And what was the other band that won last night?
They're called Aqueduct Pocket.
Aqueduct Pocket. You say, oh, conveniently, we happen to have the singer of just such a band here with us right now. This is Kurt. Kurt, do you officially feel like a rock star now?
Not quite officially, but we had a great time last night.
And you'll be back next week, right?
Absolutely. We're looking forward to it.
So you kind of feel like it's a rock version of American Idol. You've been invited back to the next round?
Something like that.
Something like that. Awesome. Maybe next week we'll get him to sing. He wouldn't sing for me. I asked him nicely before. Now, tonight there were 4 new bands. Who was on stage tonight?
Tonight we heard from Wise Man, and then after that the Irks played. Right now we're listening to 7-4, which you can
certainly are
very clearly.
And then was there one more?
Yes, after that a band called 7-4 is going on. That's who's right now, and then Crystal Alibi comes on after that.
Wonderful. And then next weekend we got to promote this. It's the big semifinals and the finals, and give us the hours and how much it costs for folks to get in.
$10 to get in. Doors open at 8. First band goes on at 9. The 4 bands that will advance will be on Friday. Then the finals are Saturday, and that's when we have the industry professionals that are going to decide between the 2 finalists who wins the big prize.
Absolutely. That's why everybody is here, and that's why people like Kurt are standing by for just such a thing. Anyway, back to you guys. We'll be here again next weekend as well, but don't forget, there's still time to come out here tonight. Back to you.
All right. A lot of fun out there for all those folks that are so into that.
Amazing how much energy she still has at this hour of the year.
Still going. I'm about ready for bed myself, but anyway.
Me too.
Well, it's down to the final few in Palm Springs this weekend at the Battle of the Bands.
And Eye on the Desert's own Christine Van Blockland joins us now live from Palm Springs, where all the action is taking place. Christine.
Hey guys, that's right. The Battle of the Bands continues. Tonight is the semifinals. Can you hear the tension inside? Well, maybe it's just the music, something like that. Anyway, our pals that we're checking in with every Friday and every Saturday through the finals, which are tomorrow night, of course, Dwight and Laura. Laura, what is going on tonight?
It's been our busiest night so far. So far, we've heard from Crystal Alibi and Troubled Minority, and they seriously rocked.
They certainly do. And in fact, I think we have some video of Troubled Minority. And you judge for yourself there at home, because, you know, everybody gets to vote here and see if they do rock at all. So, Dwight, we got tomorrow night the finals, but we want to focus on tonight. Is it kind of hard? All the bands are so good.
Yeah, they're all really good, and the audience is actually the ones that are voting for the winner in the competition as it leads up to the finals. Right now, Aqueduct Pocket is on stage, and after that, Wise Man finishes off the night tonight. Then we find out who the best two bands or the final two bands are that compete tomorrow night.
All right, so tomorrow night is going to be the finals. We want to mention that the doors open at 8 o'clock, and it's $10. And since the end is almost coming near, you guys look so nice and relaxed. You guys have been planning this for what? I think you told me almost a year now. How are you feeling at this point? Everything's running smoothly, or not so much?
It's been running really smoothly and very successful. We have had a great show of people out here supporting these local bands.
And there's more work to do after this, because the winning band is actually going to be featured on the Sunday Night Music Meeting for the next month. So we'll have them on, we'll play their music, there'll be more stuff on the Sunday Night Music Meeting on M99.5.
All right, here's the final question. I know you guys are going to want to answer this. Which one do you guys want to win? Come on, tell me.
I can't answer that.
Oh, you'll tell me, right?
Nope, we love them all. Every band that's in the competition we played on the show, so we really like them all. We really do.
We picked them because they're good bands.
All right, well, we'll see about that, but only one can emerge victorious tomorrow night. That's going to be right here at Buckets. As I mentioned, doors open at 8, $10 at the door. You got to come down here and hear some of these bands. Back to you guys.
All right, Christine, sounds like a great Friday night.
Yeah, it does. We should head over there.
Yeah.
Tonight is the final night for the Battle of the Bands at Buckets Sports Bar in Palm Springs.
And who else but our very own Christine Van Blockland is live at the big event. Christine, are you having a good time?
Hey everybody, the final night for Battle of the Bands. We've been following this for the past 2 weekends, sponsored by our friends at M99.5. What's they going on for? Oh yeah, Buckets. Yeah, it's there too. We forgot about them. M99.5, our two pals, Laura and Dwight, very quickly here. Please look at how cool this dress is. Seriously. How many people can get away with that? Only Laura. Only Laura. There you go. There you go. There you go. We love that. All right. Well, also we love is the fact that I started with 8 bands. Now we're down to 2. And all along for the semifinals we were here for last night, it's been sort of audience vote. Tonight, though, a little bit different. Who was doing the voting?
We have a group of industry professionals, writers, producers, people that create music for us. We have a whole panel of very cool people here tonight.
All those wonderful, influential people that can get these people careers after that. So we started with 8 bands. Now we're down to 2. And both of them, I think we actually got to interview. We're looking at video of them right now. Who are the 2 bands that are battling it out?
Actually, you had Kurt here last Friday from Aqueduct Pocket. They're on stage right now. And Troubled Minority, who you had you filmed last night, they're the final band tonight. So it's those 2 competing for the big prize.
See, I knew I had a sixth sense about this. I knew who the winners were going to be right away. From this point on, after tonight, the one band that is left standing, as they say, what happens then?
Well, they get a whole lot of prizes. They get a $250 gift certificate from Musicians Outlet. There's a local studio that's going to give them studio time. And Ronnie King, who just produced and co-wrote the latest single from The Offspring, is going to take the winning band into the studio and produce a single for them, which is a big deal.
Through. Yeah, that's a huge thing for a band.
And then, of course, they're going to get played on the Sunday Night Music Meeting on M99.5 for at least a month.
So this must be so exciting for these bands who've worked so hard and now they're finally getting their big break. What's it going to be like for the one band that doesn't win, though?
The band that doesn't win, it still did well, and we still support all the bands, and it's not like they won't get played on the radio either. Right. So and everyone that participated got played on the radio.
It's been huge exposure for them. You know what I mean? This whole event going on has been great for all the musicians involved. So it's been good for everybody.
Good. So for folks who want to hear them, is it going to be tomorrow night, Sunday night, or the following?
Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, Sunday Night Music Meeting, M99.5.
Great. Listen to it, and you can find out who won the Battle of the Bands. Back to you guys.
All right. Thanks so much, Christine.
Looks like she's having a lot of fun once again.
Always.
No, that's our Christine.